Caloroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. When Kate returns, she may do some solo trips, which would be fodder for divorce rumours if Meghan did it, but since it's Kate, it's obviously a wonderful idea that should be admired, and we should all praise the couple for their independence. According to royal author Robert Jobson, Kate is planning an overseas tour with Prince William. Jobson told Hello magazine, Catherine may well do a couple of solo things so that William can stay at home with the kids. The King is bound to have had a conversation with Catherine about how buoyed he felt by his recent overseas tour, but she will do things her own way. Kate has reportedly begun returning to the gym as she gradually reintegrates into royal life following her recent cancer treatment. Jobson added, if she has her way, she will come back in stages and do things that are important to her because she doesn't want to get ill again, but also, I'm told, because she has a different perspective now. I don't think that necessarily signals that we're going to get a big tranche of engagements one after the other. Her illness has been a life-changing experience. She has changed the way she lives her life, and I think she will be making her own choices. Her priority is still her family. Royal commentator Afua Adam expressed concern that Prince William's future reign might be compromised if the rift with his brother Prince Harry isn't resolved. Speaking on the royal beat, Adam was surprised that even King Charles' battle with cancer hadn't softened the tension between the two brothers. She said, if Charles having cancer hasn't brought them all together at this point, I honestly don't know what will. However, I would like to think that all is not lost. I don't think we can have a reign of King William with this fractured relationship still in place. I think that there will have to be some sort of reconciliation before then. It's worrying that it is taking this long. Newsweek's chief royal correspondent, Jack Royston, echoed a sliver of optimism, stating, I would not rule it out. I think it would be in everybody's best interests, which is why I don't want to rule it out. Daisy McAndrew, NBC's royal commentator, remarked, I think the fact that people now have so much sympathy for Catherine and for Charles with their cancers that I think even Harry could read the room and see that it would be extremely unwise, unkind, and unforgivable in most people's eyes if he went further now. Afua also reflected on the original reaction to Spare, pointing out, if you look at the reaction to Spare when it came out and the reaction to it, the positive and negative, how the tabloids went for him after Spare came out, if you can imagine that in this context, with the background of the King having cancer, Kate having had preventative chemotherapy this year, it was a no-go. There is some light speculation in the tabloids about some potential thawing between William and Harry. Royal watcher Richard Eden said of the recent olive branches, well, you can easily take that latter view that William can't not mention Harry's name. How could he separate Harry and him from something which his mother took them both to? But I think there is something calculated, and I think it is an olive branch. A few months ago, we had a story, sadly it didn't turn out to be quite right, that William had made another gesture towards Harry, and they pushed back very firmly on this, and they didn't want the newspaper to run the story, which we didn't. But this time, I think there is something in the wind here. A royal insider tells Closer, the wounds Meghan suffered from her experiences in the royal family cut very deep. Since all the drama over her and Harry's split from the firm, she's been incredibly nervous about facing them again, but she now accepts it's got to be done. Meghan's stance is that if Harry is going to go back and make a deal with the royals, she needs to be part of it as well. She wants to show them that they can't just trample all over her and then have Harry come back on his own, as though she can be tossed aside. An insider tells Closer that Meghan reportedly views Prince Harry's efforts to reconnect with former friends, including David and Victoria Beckham, as ridiculous. The insider claims Meghan feels it's ridiculous to even care what the Beckhams think, noting her preference to form connections with more influential figures like Kamala Harris. According to the source, Meghan believes seeking approval from the Beckhams is beneath them. However, Harry apparently has his own motivations. He reportedly sees value in David Beckham's approval, hoping it might ease tensions with his brother, Prince William, who shares a close bond with Beckham. The insider went on to explain, the truth is that Victoria never really liked Meghan much, adding that while Victoria has been friendly and welcoming, she isn't particularly interested in staying in touch with the Sussexes now. Oldest son Brooklyn Beckham had little to say about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in a recent interview on Watch What Happens Live. Host Andy Cohen brought up the topic, asking Brooklyn which members of the royal family he'd seen the most, noting that the Beckhams were friends with Harry and Meghan. But Brooklyn didn't even mention the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, responding simply, probably William. And he went on to ask Brooklyn about his family's relationship with Prince William, curious if there was a side to him that the public doesn't see. Brooklyn described William warmly, saying, "He's just the sweetest guy ever. He really is. He's really down to earth. He's a really good guy." The Beckhams aren't the only lost friends. The Daily Mail's Rebecca English said, "I was told of one former confidant who for many years couldn't have been closer to Harry, who was so disgusted by his behaviour, and in particular by some of the things he apparently said privately about his family, that they vowed never to talk to him again." And they haven't. Palace Intrigue, will be right back. With all the recent talk of how rich the royals are, Yahoo took a look at Prince Michael of Kent, Queen Elizabeth's first cousin, who holds a surprising net worth reportedly around £32 million, a sum that surpasses the combined wealth of more prominent royals like Princess Kate, Prince Edward and Princess Anne. Ranked 52nd in line to the throne, the 82-year-old lives relatively quietly in Kensington Palace and is involved with around 100 charities, funding much of his public work himself. As the son of Prince George, Duke of Kent, and Princess Marina of Greece and Denmark, Prince Michael's heritage ties him not only to British royal family, but also to Russian royalty. His grandmother was the first cousin to Tsar Nicholas II, making him a distant cousin of the last Romanovs. Uniquely, he was the first British royal to learn Russian and is a qualified interpreter, which complements his interest in Russian history and culture. Prince Michael's marriage to German Baroness Marie Christine von Reibnitz, now Princess Michael of Kent, initially cost him his place in the line of succession due to her Catholic faith. This was later reinstated following a change in succession laws. The couple has 2 children, Lord Frederick Windsor, an Oxford-educated banker, and Lady Gabriella Kingston. Though they maintain a relatively low profile, the couple has been seen at key royal events, including Queen Elizabeth's funeral and King Charles' coronation. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a review or some stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget we have subscriptions where you can get this show commercial-free. All the links are in the show notes. And check out one of our sister shows, 5 Good News Stories. If you're in the mood for something light and just want some feels, it's called 5 Good News Stories, and you can get it wherever you get your podcasts like this one. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.